Overthinking is one of the greatest obstacles to peace and clarity. It traps the mind in an endless loop of worries, regrets, and anxieties, making even simple decisions feel overwhelming. The more we try to analyze every detail, predict every outcome, or perfect every action, the more tangled our thoughts become. Instead of solving problems, overthinking creates unnecessary suffering and paralyzes us with doubt. Buddhism offers a powerful remedy for this modern struggle. Rooted in mindfulness, simplicity, and acceptance, Buddhist teachings provide a way to break free from the cycle of overthinking and rediscover peace in the present moment. By embracing these principles, we can regain control over our minds and cultivate a sense of clarity and balance. This article explores 6 key Buddhist teachings that can help quiet mental chaos, ease anxiety, and lead to a more peaceful way of living. Each lesson is a step toward freedom from overthinking and a path to a more present, mindful, and fulfilling life. 1. Focus on the present moment. Overthinking often stems from dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. Regrets about past mistakes or anxieties about what lies ahead create a mental storm that prevents us from fully experiencing life as it happens. The Buddha taught, "Do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment. Imagine crossing a rushing river. If you focus only on the distant shore, the journey may feel overwhelming. If you fixate on the currents beneath you, fear might paralyze you. But if you concentrate on the next step ahead, the challenge becomes manageable." Life works the same way. The key to overcoming overthinking is to direct attention to what is happening now. A simple way to cultivate presence is through mindfulness. Start by taking a deep breath and noticing how it feels. Pay attention to the sensations around you, the air on your skin, the sound of distant noises, the weight of your body on the ground. These small acts of awareness anchor the mind in the present and help dissolve the grip of spiraling thoughts. When we focus on the present, we gain clarity. The noise of the past and future fades, allowing us to respond to life's challenges with calmness and wisdom. 2. Let thoughts pass like clouds. The Buddha compared thoughts to clouds in the sky, constantly appearing, shifting, and eventually disappearing. However, when caught in the cycle of overthinking, people often cling to every thought as if it defines them, leading to unnecessary stress. Imagine sitting by a river, watching leaves float on the surface. You wouldn't chase after each leaf or try to stop the water from flowing. Instead, you would simply observe. The same approach can be applied to thoughts. Instead of engaging with every worry, regret, or doubt, practice watching them come and go without attachment. One powerful technique is visualization. When an anxious thought arises, picture it as a cloud drifting across the sky. See it change shape and eventually fade away. This practice helps separate the self from thoughts, recognizing that they are temporary and do not control us. By learning to detach from overthinking, the mind regains freedom. Rather than being consumed by every passing thought, we become observers, responding to life with greater clarity and peace. 3. Release the need for control. Much of overthinking is driven by a desire to control situations, people, or outcomes. The fear of uncertainty makes the mind spiral into endless analysis, trying to prepare for every possible scenario. However, The Buddha taught that suffering does not come from life's events but from our resistance to them. Picture someone pushing a large boulder up a steep hill. Every step requires immense effort, and the weight becomes unbearable. But if they were to stop pushing and let the boulder go, the burden would disappear, and the path forward would become clear. This is the power of letting go. Life is filled with uncertainty, and no amount of mental effort can change that. The seasons will shift, time will move forward, and not everything is within our control. Instead of resisting this reality, embrace it. Focus on what can be controlled, your actions, mindset, and responses, while letting go of what cannot. A simple practice to cultivate acceptance is to reflect on a current worry and ask, "Is this within my control?" If the answer is no, release it. Visualize holding a small bird in your hands, then gently opening your palms and watching it fly away. This exercise lightens the mental load and creates space for inner peace. By surrendering the illusion of control, we free ourselves from unnecessary stress and begin to flow with life rather than against it. 4. Anchor yourself through mindfulness. An anxious mind often feels like a storm, chaotic, overwhelming, and unpredictable. Mindfulness serves as a lighthouse in that storm, guiding us back to stability and clarity. The Buddha taught, "When the mind is calm, the breath is calm," emphasizing the power of mindfulness in overcoming mental turmoil. Imagine being on a small boat caught in a raging storm. The waves crash, and the wind howls, making it impossible to see ahead. But in the distance, a lighthouse shines, offering direction and reassurance. That light is mindfulness. One of the simplest ways to anchor the mind is through conscious breathing. Take a deep breath in, feel your lungs expand, and then slowly exhale, releasing tension with each breath. This practice shifts focus away from racing thoughts and back to the present moment. Mindfulness can be practiced anywhere, while eating, walking, or even during stressful situations. The more we cultivate this habit, the less control overthinking has over us. 5. Simplicity brings freedom. The modern world is filled with distractions, obligations, and endless choices, which often fuel overthinking. The Buddha taught that happiness is not found in complexity but in simplicity. Picture a tree with tangled branches, overcrowded with unnecessary growth. The excess does not help it thrive, it only blocks sunlight and drains energy. But when the unnecessary branches are removed, the tree flourishes. Our minds work the same way. Simplifying life does not mean giving up ambitions or responsibilities. It means removing distractions that do not serve a meaningful purpose. Declutter your mind by focusing only on what truly matters. Let go of commitments that drain energy. Reduce time spent on social media. And practice saying no to things that do not align with your values. When thoughts become overwhelming, ask, "Does this thought serve me?" If not, let it go. A simplified life creates mental space for clarity and peace. 6. Trust in impermanence. Overthinking often arises from the belief that difficulties will last forever. The Buddha taught that all things are impermanent: joys, struggles, successes, and failures. Understanding this truth allows us to navigate challenges with greater resilience. Imagine a storm rolling across the sky. The rain pours, the thunder roars, and the wind howls. In the moment, it feels endless, but eventually, the clouds part, and sunlight returns. Life's struggles work the same way. No hardship is permanent. When facing difficulties, remind yourself, this too shall pass. Visualize problems as waves in the ocean, rising and falling. No wave lasts forever, and neither does any challenge. By embracing impermanence, we free ourselves from fear and anxiety, realizing that every situation is temporary. Final thoughts. The path to peace. Overthinking clouds the mind and creates unnecessary suffering. But by applying these 6 Buddhist teachings, we can break free from mental overactivity and cultivate a sense of calm and clarity. Transformation does not happen overnight, but every small step brings progress. Right now, take a deep breath and let go of one small worry. Notice the relief that follows. That feeling is peace, and it is always within reach.